Alright, so I'm just going to be doing my brows. I would typically do them, and this is using my deepest purple lip liner. So again, going with my Phantom Fright paint palette, and again, I don't know how to use these. Bear with me as I'm doing these voiceovers. I'm like, oh my god, that's how you use it. So I did draw my brows on really thick. I don't know, I just did. So I'm using my black opal carob as my foundation, and I'm not using a primer because this look is strictly for this tutorial, and my Becca primer done. I'm never do one done it. Sorry if I'm being cheap, but you know, decisions. I had to make an executive decision. So I'm just blending this out, and I'm doing my foundation how I would typically would do my foundation, except not highlighting my forehead because I'm wearing a headdress and some holy head trinkets. So I decided not to, and to just highlight everywhere else. So I'll be low lighting with black opals. What's this called again? Black walnut. So again, it's still black opal foundation, and it's in black walnut, and I'm just blending out using this brush from the Dipped in Elegance set that Fontana Pharmacy now has. So it's just the typical highlighting and low lighting for me, typical contouring, but without doing my forehead. So I'm using, careful papa, so I'm using my Sasha Buttercup to set the highlighted areas. And as you can see, I highlighted my forehead. Creature of habit, I did not have to do that, but I did because it just looked unbalanced to me. So I just highlighted it just for my sake. So this is my black opal 700 deep loose powder, and this is the one that I'll be using to set everywhere else on my face, everywhere that I put my foundation, or rather where I didn't put my Sasha Buttercup, that's where I'm going to put my 700 deep. So this now is my what's it called again, LA Pro primer in black, and I'm just blending out. So this will serve as the base for my eyeshadows. I wanted it to look a little bit grungy, a little bit messy, but still have a little bit makeup artist flair, if you will. So I extended the black up on the right at the beginning of my brow bone, yeah, my brow, and then I'm leaving like my brow bone area a little bit open. So I'm going in with my Juvia's Place palette, and these palettes that I've been using for the past couple of tutorials. That one was the Nubian one. This one I'm using now with the purple. This is called the Zulu palette. And from here on out, it's just a typical eye look, and I'm just mashing colors together. I have no rhyme or reason to me blending these colors. I just want them to be a little bit messy, a little bit dark, you know, and somewhat over exaggerated. Going in with my, oh, this is not the Nubian one. This is my I forgot the name of this palette, but this one. So these two palettes are what I've been using, what I will be using, and going in with my Sasha Buttercup, and this is what I have been using for the past couple of months to set my brow bone area. So the same thing, that's what I'm doing here as well. And now I'll be going in with my LA Pro primer in, I think this is in nude, I believe. Oh no, it's in black. It's in black, and I put that on my waterline, and I'm taking that black color, careful papa, from the palette as to set my waterline as well, and to kind of bring that black eyeshadow down. You see how I extended it a little bit? Right, just to set the tone for the grungy, messy look. Going in with the green from that palette that I went on my lids with, and using the same brush, and I'm going underneath the black that I just placed, and I'm just building up the grunginess from here. Going in with this it's like a, you saw the color, like a pinkish reddish color, and I'm just messing up my eye look. So from here on out, I'm just like throwing colors together. How I envision the character is what I'm trying to bring to life. How I saw her in my head, how I saw her on inspirational pictures when I had Google pictures for Gypsy pictures. This is what I'm doing. So I'm kind of giving her, you know, her own little life, her own little personality. Yeah, so there's not much left for this voiceover. It's just for you guys to just watch and basically see what I'm doing. It's really difficult doing voiceovers for Halloween videos because these aren't my forte. So I decided to go with stuff that I'm somewhat comfortable doing. The next Halloween videos will be a little bit more scary, so please prepare yourself for that. What else do I have to tell you guys? My classes in Tamarack, Florida, they're back on December 7th through to the 9th. And my classes in Jamaica are February 9th through to the 11th. That's next year. And the Florida classes are this year, sorry, 2017. Both classes are $495. But for the Jamaica classes, you can get $100 off when you register before the 9th of January. And for my Florida classes, if you register online for the Florida classes with the $100 as a deposit, you can still pay the $395 on the day of class. So you can still get the $100 off. So when you just on the side for the Florida classes, you are not going to see the $100 off. You will pay the full price of $595. But if you're paying the balance, which is $395 on the day, then you get the $100 off as long as you register on the website, so I can have your information. Yeah, I have nothing more to say really. It's just basically for you guys to watch and see everything that I'm doing. So I'm gonna see if I can find some music, or if you guys like hearing my voice. I don't know. What else do I have to tell you guys? Careful, Papa. You okay? Alright, so this is basically the look, and me just kind of dirtying up and messing it up. I'll be using excuse me, my Inglot eyeliner gel in 77. That's what I'll be using to create all the black line work, the circle and everything. And I also tried, this is the Inglot 77. I also try to have everything have a more Christian take, because I know these looks, veer on the dark side. So if, as you can see, I have this circle that I'm putting in the middle of my head. When I googled pictures of a gypsy, they all had like a third eye there or something. So this is kind of indicative of that, but not necessarily putting an eye there. So to make it a bit more Christian, I had like 5 prongs coming onto the circle, which is representative for me as grace, because that's what 5 means in our little, in our Christianity. It means grace. So I have 5 prongs there, and then in the circle you're going to see like 3 kind of like half arrowheads, and that's indicative of Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. And these 1, 2 dots down my face, or 2 shall become 1. So all these things that I'm doing, the number ones, they have meaning. Now, I know, like, this thing in the middle of my forehead really looks like Baphomet. As I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, crap, this thing is very Baphomet looking. But that was not my intention. But, I mean, it's not my intention, just how it came out. So I just tried to make everything as close to Christianity as possible. And those 1, 2, 3 dots are Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. It's just what I tried to do, because I really want to start doing Halloween videos, because I like how it challenges my creativity. The LA Pro Primer, again, I use it for everything. I love it. It is the most versatile thing I own. It is phenomenal. It's sold at Fontana Pharmacy, but you can get it anywhere if you're not in Jamaica. I mean, you can get it at your beauty supply store. So you guys have seen this slit lip thing before, but I am completely in love with it. And again, I'm using the Inglot eyeliner gel in 77 to accomplish this. I'm completely in love with how it looks. So I'll be doing it again, and the slit will take 3 ways. So the corners, and then down, and of course Father, Son, Holy Ghost, just to make that a little bit clear. Now, what I'm very disappointed in is how lopsided that circle in my forehead was, and how lopsided my lips were. It wasn't as clean as I wanted it to be, which I guess is okay, but I wanted my lips to be a little bit clean, yeah. So for my glow, I'm using my O3 Inglot Sparkling Dust, again sold at Fontana, but if you're not Jamaican, then you can order it online or whatever. And I'm going to use these colors now to do my low light. So I'm starting from this brown, and I'm working my way up, because I don't want it to be harsh without rhyme or reason, because sometimes when I go in with a darker color first, it gets really messy. I find that when I layer my low lighting colors, it looks a little bit smoother, but it gives me the depth that I want it to achieve. So this is what I was talking about earlier, where I'm going to just put 3 things in the middle, because I just thought it was missing something. So using the Zulu palette again, and I'll just be mixing these colors to do my low light. And this is basically the look, just me adding a bit more stuff to it to kind of bring this character to life. But this is the look, and I just went off with my creativity, took some inspo from some Googled pictures, and this is basically it. And now I'm going in with the black. So this is it for the video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I know it's a little bit unorthodox, but it's what I choose to do. Thank you for allowing me to be creative. Don't forget to subscribe and check out my website, LyricRochester.com. Bye, guys.